And welcome to the Trade Ideas Market Recap for Friday, January the 16th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of the room. This is the address to get in, and you can log in with your Facebook or your Twitter account. Okay, if you watched the video yesterday, you know that I was suggesting that you try to get into the room early so that because I'm always going over a couple or two or three stocks that I think have potential reversals written all over them. And there were three that I identified today. And now this was the first one, but I this was one that looked like it could even be getting into a bankruptcy situation. And this is all to do with the Swiss franc. This is a currency exchange broker. They happen to trade publicly, unfortunately for them. And based on what happened with the Swiss franc yesterday, it appeared that they're, lost $250 million or something like that. And so that which is severely hampering them to continue on as a bank. And so this stock, let's just see what it was doing a couple of days ago. It was sitting, had some ups and downs, but it's sitting around $17. Yesterday it had the dip, and then today it just got completely and utterly killed when the word came out that they were suffering a liquidity or having a liquidity crisis. And you can see that it actually got all the way down to, I think, 97 cents. My goodness. Now it got halted right here, and maybe that Jeffries or somebody is going to offer them some kind of a bailout position. But anyway, we'll have to see what happens on this one. But this was one that I identified. And yes, you could have played some bounces, but this was a really tough one. I didn't play the bounce on this or the reversal on this because a lot of the reversals that I'm playing, it's not because companies are going out of business or anything like that, or they've been hit so badly. It might be a bad earnings report, but it doesn't, like Best Buy as an example. Well, Best Buy is probably not going out of business. Okay, so you can think that all right, it's getting hit, but eventually it'll bounce a little bit. So I didn't really play this one, but the one I did take, and it was later on in the day. And as I said in the trading room, I will watch this all day long. And now this is still down $19, okay? But at one point, this is 186. It was down another 14. All right. So that is what? I'd say another 30. There was down about 33, $34 at this point. So this was obviously prime. Now it did have a little bounce here, but the spread was really bad, and I didn't have enough confidence to look at it here, and kept watching it. And then you see it started to base a little bit for it. It started to base a little bit, and then right here, I got interested and I thought, okay, well, this is starting to move up a little bit. What's the top here? 192.84, 191.88, so about a dollar. So on a $192 stock, it wasn't that much of a rise. This one got me a little more interested, but then this one on this candle right here, after seeing these two candles looking like it was going to start to break out, curling up, I took the trade at 193.80. And boy, was I ever rewarded. Look at this. It hit all the way up. Well, I exited at 197.82. So a little over $4 on this trade, and it is still moving. I mean, it's still moving higher, but at this point, I certainly would have got rid of it as it was collapsing back down. But again, my point is this, is that I identified this in the pre-market as something that I was going to watch, and I say watch it all day. You just never know when it's going to happen. And it may never have happened, all right? But it didn't hurt to have this. I had this on a thumbnail chart, and so I was able to watch it, and the minute I saw this activity, I said, okay, I really have to start watching it. So very profitable, obviously, a $4 swing, and I think that took certainly was less than 10 minutes because these are 5-minute candles. And so it was a great trade to have got into. Now, let me see, I'm still in a trade, so I'm going to have to keep watching this one. But here's another one that worked out quite nicely, HDB. And HDB came from the lifetime high alerts, and it was quite early, 942 at $56. And So I got into the trade. You see, it touched up here, and I waited for it to come back down. Went back down to 55.88, and then the second time it broke through, I decided to take the trade. It looked like it was stabilized a bit, so I took the trade at 56.15. A little bit of a dip here down to 56.05, but nothing. I basically had said if it was going to break through the whole number, I would get out of the trade. And another reward. I had to wait a while on this. I mean, it didn't do anything spectacular. It was hanging here about 56.38 for a while. I hit 56.61, came back down, little consolidation, and then boom. And I actually got another alert right here at 57 on this lifetime high alert. Because remember what this is doing for me. I'm only looking for stocks that are hitting lifetime highs, but they have to be just over the whole number. Because again, I always think that it gets over the whole number. It's a psychological hurdle that lots of people are looking at. So obviously there are more stocks that are making lifetime highs than just these ones, but they're making them $40.82 as an example, or things like that. So I don't care about that. I just care about when they've just made it over a whole number. So it happened right here again. I got the alert, and I jokingly said, "Well, maybe this will be a day in which I get multiple alerts on a stock that keeps hitting a whole number lifetime high." We've seen them with Kite, the pharmaceutical that has just gone nuts. It's pulled back quite a bit, but it has actually had a resilient day today. But not this is what I call a pretty sleepy. I mean, I don't even know what these do. Regional HDB, obviously it's a bank, Asian bank. But anyway, bottom line is I got in at 56.15 and I finally exited here at 56.81. So a really nice trade, pretty stress-free. No reason to have ever got out of it all along here. The next trade I took, and I'm still in one, so I just want to have to keep an eye on it. Yeah, still okay. Was Nimble. Um, Nimble Storage, and this came from my bounce alert. You can see right here, 1106, 2388. And by the way, I'm not getting as many alerts because I've really tightened up my filters. I think that has to be a higher relative volume, more candles down in a row, just things like that, because I was getting too many. And so this is manageable, and I'm also I'm watching my lifetime high and a couple other windows. So I was just getting way too many of these, so I decided to really tighten them up. So Nimble came at 2388, and based on all this, so where is 2388? It's right here. Kept going down and couldn't find a good entry. I mean, this would have had to been a guess. A little bit of a pullback here, right here, and then when this happened, I thought, okay, let's let it go over the whole number though, all right, because I don't want to get stuck at the whole number. So I took the trade at 2403 and was really hoping it would get up, to a level like up here, 2431 it got up to, and actually I see it is, oh yeah, right on this bar here, but anyway, the bottom line is I got out here. Didn't make very much, 2414 from 2403. But and this is the candle that really got it rolling again. I actually had said, kind of to myself, I guess, if it got over this 2431, I should take it again. But I did miss it. I saw the candle, but it was a little late, and it was already up here, and it was sort of chopping around too. But nonetheless, not a bad trade. Had the look of something that could keep going up and up and up, especially with the market being strong today. And let's see. Oh, Pod. Pod was a bit of a disappointment for me because I got it way too early. But that's okay. I know other people in the room are in it and maybe still in it. But Pod was one that we're watching, of course, all day yesterday, because if you take a look at the daily on it, here's where it closed on Wednesday, and it just got crushed yesterday. I mean, here from 38, about 39, all the way down to 27, and but then you see what it did? It rebounded all of the day, and so. This was going to be something that was going to be on my watch list for the entire day. And so let's take a look at the 5-minute chart on this. So here is the early morning action. here, right about here is, I guess what 9:30 is here. And in fact, let me just gonna put it on pause here for a second. Hey, sorry about that. So here's 9:30. Here's that little volume bar right here. And so here it was. So I started to watch it. Looked like it was, it had the big spike up and then it came back down, but it looked strong. And I thought, you know what? This is just worth the risk in taking it. So I took it at 32.47 and watch it get, and I took half out at 32.81 and I'm sorry, yeah, 32.81. And I actually exited. I don't have it marked. Well, I don't have the arrow, but I exited again at 32.81 right here. And I know a couple of guys decided to hold on to it, and that they did a far better job than I did because it went up to 33.65. But nonetheless, it was just one of those situations in which I thought, okay, no harm in watching this one to see if it has some continuation. Again, if you take a look at the daily chart. We had a tremendous gap to fill, and I'll continue to watch this on Tuesday. Remember, the market's closed on Monday, so I will continue to watch this on Tuesday. And the last one is kind of a sleepy one, but um, let me just get to the 5-minute chart. And this again is from my lifetime high. Did not do as well as HDB, but here it is in. Came at 9:49. I got alerted at 13. At the price was 13.07, so right around this area. So I took the trade at let's see. I took the trade at 13.15. All right, sorry about that. I couldn't figure out what is this doing here, and I forgot. I added to this one. I rarely add to my positions. I usually take my full position at the beginning, and that's it. But I just like the look of this. Once this pulled, you see, it came back down to 13.03. If it had gone back down through 13, I was out of the trade. So I think this is at 13.15, and then I actually added more here at 13.14. Now, this one had this crazy spike right up to here, 1345, and I don't know what that's all about, no idea, but look at the candle here. And somebody said to me a while back that what they do is they're in a trade and it's at 1315 they're in, and it's just doing nothing. uh, put in a sell even on half your shares at 1350 in this particular case, or some number that's quite a bit above it, just in case you get a crazy spike like this. And I don't know if I would have got filled. I have no idea. Maybe I would have got one share out. Who knows? But this happens up and down so quickly. But again, this is another example, though, of this is super boring. I mean, obviously, look at this. I mean, it's just sitting at 1329 and doing absolutely nothing. The market has 45 minutes left, but I'm up in the trade. And so there is no reason for me to get out of this trade right now. Certainly not out of boredom. There's no reason for me. Now, if it drops back down to my buy, of course I'm going to get out. But, excuse me, 45 minutes left. Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, this could have a big pop, or it just could keep inching up. So again, I never get out of a trade if I haven't really met my target potential, then I'll just hold on. I'll just keep holding on as long as I'm up in the trade. If this were sitting at 13.10, a nickel below, I probably would have got out. But again, I just trying to reiterate the point that I'm up in a trade. It's doing nothing, but who cares? So what? Just hold on to it, and because who knows? Maybe I get another spike like this starting from here, and it goes up to 1368 or 14. So anyway, that's it. Looking forward to the 3 days off. This has been quite a. Oh, wait a minute. I have one other trade to talk about. Just a quick one. AMBC. Forgot about this one. AMBC took the trade here on this right here. I'm sorry. I saw this pop, breakthrough consolidation. This was just a quick one. I'm sorry, I don't have it marked up. I took it at 27.09, right about there, and I got out it as it came back down 27.17. So that was just a quick one. Okay, that is it. So I encourage you to come into the trading room on Tuesday. Come here a little earlier, identify a few trades that or a few stocks that I think should be watched all day for these potential reversals. So I'll just bring back the cover page. And again, here's how to get in. And I hope to see you in the trading room on Tuesday.